Hello. Welcome to this video. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, my name is Stephen A. Hart. I am the host of the top rated Trailblazers.fm podcast, where I interview successful Black professionals. I've featured over 200 plus successful Black entrepreneurs, professionals, and leaders in 145 countries around the world at this point. You can learn more at tbpod.com. But I'm also a marketer, speaker, and a brand strategist. And in this video, I'm going to share my top 5 tips for creating an amazing LinkedIn profile in 2021. Before I do, I just want to share with you some of the reasons why LinkedIn is so important. Maybe you are most active in another social channel. Maybe it's Twitter, maybe it's Facebook or Instagram or Clubhouse. But I just wanted to reiterate some of the things you might already know or might not. But LinkedIn is the oldest and the world's largest professional network, still in existence to this day. There are over 700 million members on LinkedIn at this point. And it's a great place for you to network. Actually, by way of the pandemic, what we're seeing right now is that remote jobs on LinkedIn increased 2.5 times from March to October of last year. And 15% of all job applications in the US went to remote jobs in November of last year. So these stats show how the way we work has changed in 2020 and obviously will continue beyond. But many decision makers and potential, new hires working from home are looking for ways to improve their online presence, improve their personal brand, because we're no longer in a live environment. And so, how will you stand out? I think that one of the best places, the most trusted websites on the internet is LinkedIn. And so it really will help you to make sure that you are optimizing your LinkedIn presence. And so again, in this video, I wanted to share my top 5 tips for optimizing your LinkedIn profile. So we're going to share a screen here, and I'm going to walk you through these 5 tips. Let's get my screen shared. All right, so we are on my profile for LinkedIn. Let's just scroll up to the top here. And tip number 1 is, I really want you to focus on creating a professional looking profile photo and LinkedIn banner image. Let me show you exactly what that means. If you go to your actual profile on LinkedIn, you'll see that you have a profile photo as well as this cover banner, this LinkedIn cover banner for your profile. Majority of people leave this to the default LinkedIn standard graphic, and that's a missed opportunity. You have real estate here to improve on and stand out, help your brand stand out from the crowd. Even if you choose not to do something as detailed as I've done here, you can still make an impression, make a first impression felt, right? So let's walk through quickly how you can actually optimize both. Now, there are set dimensions for each of these, and I'm going to show you exactly what you can do to optimize that. So if you come over to canva.com, right? Canva.com, here, you'll be able to create different images for free, right? So again, let me just share that web address with you. It's canva.com, right? Let's work on the profile photo. So in the top right section here, you can click on create a design, and you can say you can specify a custom size. Now, for your LinkedIn profile photo for 2021, that optimal size is 400 by 400 pixels. I tend to double that just to make sure that it's the right dimension, but that we are creating a slightly bigger size just to make sure we don't have a pixelated image. So what you want to do is make sure that you'll upload, ideally you'll upload a good high resolution image of yourself that can fill up at least 60% of the frame of this 400, or in this case 800 by 800 pixel dimension, right? So I'm just going to pull an image that I've uploaded here, but you can always click on the uploads tab and upload a picture, right? And as you can see, this image is not presently set for a square graphic, but you can grab the corners of this and you can actually pull it to fit that space, right? And you can, if you pull this thing around, you'll notice that you have these guides that will show you kind of where you are. But again, you want to make sure that your profile image is filling up at least 60% of the real estate of that 400 by 400 pixel, right? So you can name it here, profile photo, right? And in the top right, once you have a name here, you can click on that download tab, and something's going wrong with Canva. What did I not do right? Fun times. You can click on download here, right? And I'm going to assume there's something funky happening with my setup, but let's do this. Let's go ahead and I have a 400 by 400 pixel. I'll keep moving just to show you exactly what to do here. So if you come back to your profile, you can click on the pencil icon at the top of your profile, not necessarily the one in the cover, but the second one down. And there you'll see your profile shot. You can click on the pencil again, and you can add that photo that you saved. You can, and again, the reason that it's very important for you to use a picture that's been sized accurately for this profile photo is that you don't want an image that you upload and it's stretched, it's pixelated. Again, make sure it's a high resolution image. You don't want it pixelated. You don't want it stretched. You don't want the full photo not to be seen in different types of environments. And so just take the time, hop into a platform like Canva, create a dimension specifically, again, for LinkedIn, for your profile photo for 2021. The optimal size is 400 by 400 pixels. So you can do that. You can save that here. And now you have an optimized profile photo. Likewise, you can do the same for your LinkedIn banner image. Again, let's come back to the home of Canva. You can create a design in this case, right? You don't necessarily need to create a custom size. If you type in LinkedIn on that search bar, the very first option that comes up is a LinkedIn banner. And again, it's going to create a blank canvas for you with the optimal sizing there. Canva also has some really great templates. So you could opt to use a template. You can change out the copy. You can change the font of this to correspond with a font that you'd prefer to use. You can change your title. And you could actually go one step further and even change the colors to match the colors of your brand. So we can switch out some of these elements. All right. And make it our own. right? And once you've finished doing that, again, you can save it. See if this time it will work. Final, right? There we go. So when you're downloading, as with the profile picture before, and in this case with a cover, you have options for the file types for both your LinkedIn profile photo as well as your LinkedIn banner image. You have the option of uploading either a PNG, a JPEG, or a GIF. Right? I prefer generally to use a PNG. That's just a personal preference. You can download the file, and then you can go back over to your LinkedIn profile. Again, you can click on the pencil icon and change and upload a photo, right? Again, because it's the exact dimension, you don't have to adjust anything, but just so you know, you could choose to zoom in or make some minor adjustments to different elements of it. In this case, we've done all of that heavy lifting inside Canva. So you could just click apply, and immediately you would have updated both your LinkedIn banner as well as your profile photo. I think this is, bar none, one of the top ways for you to improve on your branding, the brand identity of your LinkedIn profile presence. And it doesn't take much. That took me all of 10 minutes to optimize both. The second tip that I want to share with you is to claim your custom LinkedIn URL. Claim your custom LinkedIn URL right from the profile where we are. In the top right section here, you have the option, a link here to edit your public profile and URL. If you click on that, again, back in that top right section again, edit your custom URL. You click on the pencil icon and you can edit that profile URL, right? The great thing about this is when someone is searching for you, or when you're referring someone to follow you on LinkedIn, you're not giving them a URL that has all kinds of funky characters and numbers behind it, right? It has your name and nothing more, right? So in an optimal world, you'll put your first and last name here. But again, try to make it consistent with the other, your domain, your personal domain, as well as your other social handles, if possible. But that's that, now we've gone through 2 tips here that, bar none, have taken you 5 steps forward in optimizing your LinkedIn profile. But let's take it one step further. Tip number 3 is to create an appealing professional headline. I have chosen to highlight my podcast, some metrics along that line, my being a marketer at SANS and being a brand strategist and speaker. Now, keep in mind, I've used as much real estate as I can, but the first line of this is very important, because beyond your LinkedIn profile, wherever you are commenting on LinkedIn, your comments are actually going to show your profile photo, your name, and that first line just about of your professional headline. And so you want to make this very appealing and eye-catching to someone who may see you commenting elsewhere and click through to come over to your actual profile, right? So take the time to think through. Try to make sure that you are peppering in keywords if at all possible. And this brings me to my 4th tip is optimizing your summary section. So with your headline, make sure that you are optimizing certain keywords. For me, I'm a marketer, I'm a podcaster, I'm a brand strategist, and a speaker. I make sure that those keywords are in my headline. again, coming down to my summary section, I make sure I expand on that. And this would complement if you're a job seeker, you want to make sure that you're peppering in keywords, even if you're not a job seeker, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a leader, you want to make sure that the LinkedIn search engine, which is extremely robust, you want to make sure that someone searching particular keywords, they're going to find you, right? Things that will help that, the keywords in your headline and your summary section, as well as your location and your industry. But in your summary section, right, I want you to make sure that you optimize this, that it's complementing your resume if you're a job seeker. Again, I am making sure that the key things I want to be found for are showing up throughout my profile. I'm a marketer, I'm a podcaster, I'm a speaker and brand strategist. I do marketing strategy. I talk about podcasting, right? So throughout my profile, right, someone searching for a podcaster is going to come across my profile because I'm optimizing in as many places as I can. The fact that I'm a marketer, brand strategist, and podcaster, right? So make sure you are taking the time to do that with your summary section. And the last thing that I notice quite often that we miss out on, we've taken the time to optimize our profile, but we don't take the time to tell people how they can get in contact with us. And so right at the top of your bio, your profile page, you have your name, you have your appealing headline, you have your location shown, and right below that, you have your contact info. You want to be sure that if somebody's gone through your profile and they want to learn more, they want to get in contact with you, that you've made it easy for them to do so. So make sure, again, that you are showcasing a couple, if you have a personal website or other websites you want to draw attention to, you can list them there. You can list other social profiles that you're active on, and make sure you give them a way to get in contact with you, right? So again, tip number 5, ensure your contact information is filled out. You want to call them to take an action, and you want to give them a way to connect with you if they're interested in doing so. I hope this video has been helpful. I hope that you enjoy and put into action these 5 tips, right, that are so very important. I could continue talking for an hour about LinkedIn, but again, it's a great platform to make sure that you are optimizing, because the likelihood is someone searching for you, and LinkedIn is a respected presence online. Somebody's going to pull up your LinkedIn profile, and you want to make sure that you stand out from the crowd. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Stay connected with me on the social channels. I'm most active on LinkedIn and Twitter, and you can find me there. Have a good one. Cheers.